Oh, so Dorofeev and Petrangelo, any update on them?
Pav won't play tonight. Petro has a chance, so we'll see. He skated this morning, and we'll make that call tonight, but Pav's out.
You mentioned yesterday about the off net yesterday. Is that, in order to fix that, kind of get more into the dirty areas and get those rebounds, do the guys have to change their approach and how they get to those and allow to change that? Or?
Well, I don't know. They have to change it from the other night for sure, but in general, our guys will go in there. Listen, we like to make plays. And that's okay, but you got to mix in some attacks and some 2-for-1s, etc. if those aren't happening. So that's the challenge for us tonight. But they know how to do it. It's just a matter of getting in there. And when you do get one, make the goalie make a save, which is, they're trying to do that, right? No one's trying to miss the net. So we had an off night that way. We have to be better in that area tonight.
Anything else for Bruce?
Oh, that was easy. Nice. Thank you. Early lunch. Gary.
You say that your team sometimes needs to be pulled into the fight. Will Tuesday's result pull them into the fight?
Well, I would hope so. I think offensively we definitely need it. We typically generate much more than that in terms of offense, shots, second chances, ozone possession. We didn't have nearly enough. I don't know if that's a product if we had the lead and we got. I don't think so. We're always trying to extend the lead. I'll give Edmonton credit. They controlled the second period, so that's where we lost some of our offensive game. So I would hope they'd be a little more physical against certain players that broke pucks out clean, etc. I mean, we point these things out. They had some transition there. We had to make it more difficult on them. I thought we worked hard to protect the front of the net. We didn't break down in the O-zone or D-zone much. It was all rush game. All their goals were off the rush. So we got to tighten that up. Usually getting dragged into the fight is competing for dirty, hard ice, the slot. They want to defend it. I think that's how it should start for us. That's how it's going to go. We got to get inside more. Then there's some bumping going on in the slot, net front, and that usually gets things going.
Every team has its own personality, and your group is pretty relaxed. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. Relaxed isn't the right word. They're even keeled. Is that always a good thing for you?
Not always. I think there's times you got to amp up. They've shown the ability to do that. So, we got better and more engaged as the last series went on. We had to. So I've said it all along. If you're going to have a run, your team gets better as you go along. You can't regress very often because the teams are too good you're playing. So when we talk, Gary, we're going to take the good from the game. I thought we defended our net front fairly well. It was the rush game where we broke down a little late on some reads, got caught below the puck. So offensively is where we need to be better. We need to have the puck more in their zone. We need to challenge their D, their goaltender, much better than we did the other night. Like their special team. So there's always some good in there, but we got to get better. And part of that is, when the physicality ramps up, that's usually when your emotion ramps up, and as long as you don't cross the line, that's where we're good, I think. And the emotion ramps up, we don't let it take over us, but it can certainly influence how we play, and we play better when there's more of that. So that's what we're good at. You just got to pull it out of them. Part of your job as a coach is to do that, but usually the opposition over a series can do that too, right? That's just what naturally occurs if the games are good and hard, and that's hopefully tonight that becomes more that way.
Bruce, I think you mentioned, yesterday, trouble getting out of your own end, stuck in your own end, especially second period. How do you get more effective in doing that to get on the move offensively?
Well, we got to get the puck back quicker, because if you're spending a lot of time defending and when you do get it back, you're fatigued, it's usually a high flip, you're getting out, you're not really getting possession and moving. So your first touch has to be clean. Closing plays early, well, you still have energy. Those are a couple of ways that, you're starting to head north then, right? Because they're a good offensive team. They can wear you down if you're not good at those areas. And parts of the game, that's what happened. But Well, that's it in a nutshell, usually. Be good in your one-on-ones, win your races and battles so that you're getting there first. Now they got to forecheck you. And there's pockets of the game where we were good at that in the first period. Got away from us a little bit where they were better. So that's it. Board battles oftentimes, if their D are going to flex out and try to keep those alive in the neutral zone or on our breakouts, if you win those and you get pucks to speed, then you get through the blue lines. Like the first goal for us, a good example, it wasn't D zone, but we broke up a play, an attack from their top guys. We transitioned in a hurry, and Jack can separate. Now he's in their end, and they've got to sort out. And then they, I don't want to say make a mistake, but Stoney freezes their guy, and all of a sudden we're all alone in front. So it works both ways. We just got to be better at diffusing their rush chances with good numbers, good sticks, structure, all those things, and get counterattacking. And be cleaner on our first pass. If you look at their first goal, I think it was Bouchard to Draisaitl, they trapped 3. It was a good play. Away they go. So a bit of the same from us. First pass execution, killing plays early.
Hypothetical. If you've got the lead going into the third tonight.
I love it. I love where you're going with this.
What is that speech like during the intermission?
Well, it depends how we got the lead, but typically we've been here, we've done it. Be on our toes early. We've had some late goals against us in periods, and we've had some early, like the other night, first minute or so. So let's be on our toes early, be ready to play whoever's, starting the period. Understand that, because that's where we've gotten victimized in the past. So, but there's no big speech. Our guys, listen, we know how to play with a lead. We didn't do it well enough the other night, obviously, but, get another chance to do it tonight.
The nature of the way you guys defend, kind of staying inside and letting them have the outside. When you say kill plays off earlier, do you want more aggression in that, or are you talking about like before it's set up in the zone?
Well, before they change sides, right? Like we closed off McDavid a few rushes. He's going to get the blue line at times. It's difficult to deny him the blue line if he's coming with speed. The only way you do that is if you shadow him all around the ice, deny him the puck, and he'll still find a way to get it. He's the fastest guy in the league. So at the end of the day, it's more about before they get set up, whether it's a turn up, whether it's they drive it deep and change sides. Draisaitl loves to hang out on his offside, and then they get set up. Now it goes low to high, and they spread you out. Now they've got us all coming to the house. Now they've got possession. We got to spread out. So if you could close it off earlier, hash marks. Goal line down in there where now it's a 50-50 puck and we start winning those races. That's how we'd like to close it off, with that top line. I don't think it's that easy coming over the blue line. The other lines you have a better chance, and our numbers have been good at that most of the year. Those guys, that's the challenge they present to any team in the league. Is they're good at gaining access, they're strong, they're fast, they're smart. So that's how we're looking at doing it, not necessarily having 5 guys back between the red and the blue and not letting them in. You may do that in the last 5 minutes, but that's not our style of play. We want to try to create turnovers up ice if we can before they get the puck, but if they do, that would be where it would come into play.